Welcome to the channel. It's a special video for me because I got a brand new computer. I'll explain that in a minute. But anyways, the whole thing's brand new, so I want to test it out, and I was getting freaked out because I kept getting disconnected from WoW, but nothing else. But then I found out that the server was down, and they were having issues with just the server that I'm on. 5 gigabytes for just classic seasonal. 5 gigs. And then the BattleNet is only 359 megabytes. My folder on my old computer, even though it's not that old, was 175 gigabytes. That's some crazy shit. So this is classic era, seasonal, again, where you get some skills that normally you wouldn't get till years later, or that have never existed before, like getting Wind Fury on a Feral Druid, known as Wild Strikes. If you want to look up some more information, you could do that. I just do that speech so that you know what I'm playing, where I'm at right now. I am over here, which narrows it down quite a bit. I am in the Dust Wallow Marsh. So about the new computer, why it's special. So a long time ago, yeah, a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago-ish, I had an i7 6700K, I think? No, i7 6700. And I had a GTX 970. Yeah. Yes. And my computer fried a month after I sold it to my dad. But I gave him a good deal on it. And from there, I ended up buying a Ryzen 7 5700G. I don't know why I do that. And an RTX 2070 Super. And I bought that card when it was relevant. And that set me back over $1,000. The whole computer cost me quite a bit of money. But it was starting to show its age a little wee bit in terms of, like, certain games that I would want to play that weren't well optimized. I couldn't even play them at 1080p. I'm just a 1080p kind of guy, 60 FPS, but I like to play on high or ultra or extreme Megatron settings. I like the draw distance cranked and all that sort of stuff. I don't care about the 4K, no offense. It takes way too much power to achieve the same thing. So for me, it was like a no-brainer. Now, bear with me for a minute as well while I do something here. Now that I'm in the game and it seems to be going okay, I'm going to reload the UI with these add-ons and see if I crash. Then I'll know that it's probably the add-ons. But anyhow. Yeah, so certain games I couldn't play. I could play like Forza Horizon 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 decently, but things like Fern Bus or The Bus, I wasn't able to play them. They just ran like shit, so I had to lock them at 30 FPS. We all know about 30 FPS gaming in near 2025. And I had spent $3 grand on my computer like in the last 3 years collectively. Like I said, the RTX 2070 Super when it came out, when it was relevant. And I was just really discouraged not being able to play like those one-off other games. And now that I don't have an Xbox, because I wanted to stick to PC, PlayStation, and Switch, because it's too much hardware. And with all due respect, I just prefer PlayStation over Xbox. Plus, I could play all the Xbox games on PC. So I went ahead and got a pre-built computer, which normally I wouldn't do. And I'll have a link down below in the description box for anybody who gives a rat's ass. It's a MSI Aegis R2. And it's got the DDR5 RAM, like 32 gigs. An RTX 4070 Super TI. Not a TI, not a Super, but the Super TI. And I also have a CPU that people are going to be like, oh no, he didn't do it. Oh no, he didn't do it. But the price was so good, folks. I got an i7 14700F. Not the one with the K. But I do have liquid cooling. It just means mine's locked and I can't unlock it. I don't give a shit. But as a result, Intel, as we know, the 13th gen and 14th gen, they've had some issues with voltage stability. However, it's been confirmed that the non-K 13th gen and 14th gen aren't having an issue. And listen, To give you perspective in Canadian dollars, about about $1,000 Canadian, like 700-ish, 750 US, more for a pre-built with the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D. I would have preferred that, honestly, because even though I'm an Intel fanboy, and I've been building and buying computers since the 80s, like the very early 80s, that's how old I am, I've always been an Intel fanboy, mainly because that's the only fan you could be of. There was really nothing else. Then AMD came out, and you were kind of like, right? But in recent memory, gotta give credit to where credit is due. Like, AMD is effing amazing. They're just an amazing company. They've really stepped it up. So it's hard not to like them. But I wasn't willing to pay for a slightly better performing CPU, even though it generally overall might be a better CPU, for nearly a whopping $1,000 Canadian. Again, roughly 750 US dollars, because this was on clearance. And it looks similar to my other computer. It's basically an all-white build. That's all you need to know, with all the lights and all that fancy googly guck, okay? It's got the fans everywhere. It's a rainbow show. Looks like a pride parade, okay? And I just really enjoy it. So it looks very similar to my old computer, but it's got, like, even the cables are white. There's, like, literally nothing on here that's, like, not white. It's crazy. And it just looks so clean, and it matches my sit-stand desk that's white, my PS5 that's white, my keyboard, it's an Apple keyboard, but it's white and silver. And it just, I don't know, it's weird. It makes me happy. And even though I'm looking at the game, I could see in my peripheral all these lights doing like a discotheque thing. And I really enjoy it. And for the price, again, if you're curious about the price, it was roughly 2,200 Canadian. So like I don't want to say it in US, but it was, like I said, really good deal. And then I sold my old computer, again, my dad. So the money out of pocket really wasn't that bad. And I was going to wait for a much more, well, that doesn't make sense. I was going to wait for a newer computer, like, you know, the 5 Series, no. Just the new shit that's coming out at the end of 2024 or beginning of 2025. Honestly, I don't care. This is kind of like a stepping stone. So for the amount of money that I spent, as I'm rambling not about the game as I'm on a long flight here, I want this to just last me 2 years, honestly. Just 2 years. If I can make it last 2 years, then in 2 years, maybe 3, then I'll get a little extra goosey with the case and all that. But this thing is blowing my mind. One of the biggest things I love about my computer is it's got a beautiful thin little bar to help support. It's like a bra for your graphics card. It doesn't sag. And again, the cable that goes, you know, the pin that goes into the graphics card. All the last several computers I've had over the course of the past, as many decades as I can remember, there are always 2 sets of cables. It's like one big cable, then it splits off into 2 like a snake tongue, and then you cram it in there, and there you go. This one is just one cord, and it's just so clean. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, definitely not a brag. I'm just so happy that I waited, I was patient, and I got something that I want. I was going to build the same computer with more or less the same specs in terms of the graphics card, the CPU, the heat sink, liquid cooler thing, and all that stuff. The same 2 terabyte hard drive, because I don't do a lot of PC gaming, so I don't need a 2 terabyte. Or, I don't need anything more than a 2 terabyte, whereas my PlayStation 5, that bastard's got like 6 terabytes, okay? And even then, I don't want more than like 40 or 50 games installed on there at a time. So, yeah, it's just awesome. Like, I'm just so happy. And I was going to buy the same computer, by the way, roughly a couple of months ago. And like I said, it was astronomically more expensive. Like, I'm talking, again, close to $1,000, because between this and the 7800 version, there really wasn't any difference in price, because they're about the same price point. So Naturally, I would have gone for that, but the computer was all black, and I know it sounds bad, but I just wanted everything to match. Even my little IKEA stand drawer thing at the very end is white. Like, it matches, and whatever. That's my OCD. So I was going to build my own computer, and that was going to cost me in the upwards of, again, Canadian dollars. It was going to be like $3,700. And honestly, it wasn't even going to be that much of a better computer. It was just going to have fancier liquid cooling, fancier fans, a bigger tower, and the one with the power supply in the back. So when you look at the case, you don't see that clean Xbox looking white thing that hides your cables and your power supply. It's an even cleaner look. But like I said, it's not worth me spending that extra money. It's not. Dark Rider. I still don't know how to summon those. I did one back in Duskwood, sorry. With somebody a long time ago. I know where you're supposed to turn it in, but even when I go to turn it in, I still don't know what I'm doing. Whatever. I'll figure it out later at some other point. So for now... Oh yeah, this guy. He's good. We go back, way back. We go back like 20 years. See what I'm saying? It's Rexar. Champion of the Horde. Not fucking with me. Not even his bear. She's a sweetie. I've used her as a mount. Many times. So yeah, so again, nothing spectacular about this video. It's more of a... because I've been working at it for 2 days. I have really bad OCD and ADHD. And although I'm not like a complete brain-dead idiot, when it comes to organization, I'm really good, but I'm really slow. And I overcomplicate things. But then I end up surprising myself. In a way. As to how slow I am. No, but as to how good I am at organizing things. Even like my room and all that. And all the wires. It's so clean. It's disgusting. My cable management would make like the Guinness Book of World Records. But what I don't like is just how, like I said, how the whole process just takes so long. And then it gives me anxiety. And it almost makes me like nauseated. Because I get so worked up over getting pissed off as to how long it takes. Like things like I went to install State of Decay 2 on the Xbox store. And it just wouldn't let me. It said, no. Kept giving me an error. Didn't explain why. I download Microsoft Flight Simulator. I download a couple other games from the Xbox store. No problem. Just not State of Decay. And I'm like, but why? And then it's asking me if I want to download the DLC, right? There's like 3 check marks, one for each DLC. And I was like, you know what? Let me try just installing the base game without the DLC. I did that. It worked. I was thinking I'll just download the DLC later. Didn't have to. It was a part of the base game. Well, that's not on me. Then I play this game. I couldn't play. I kept getting disconnected. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with my computer? So I updated my LAN drivers. And that wasn't it. Maybe it was my add-ons. That wasn't it. It was just this server. So again, those are some of the nuances with PCs over the years that I've experienced that I just don't get with console. So it soothes me more to play console. It's simpler. It's not as in-depth. It doesn't do as much, but what it does well. And arguably the Xbox Series X and the whole PS5, they're half decent little computers for what you're paying and for the size of them. They're actually really impressive in my opinion. They really are. And this is coming from someone who's got a mid-tier. Yeah, I don't care about the fucking tier. A decent gaming rig. That's what I'll call it. I don't care about the 4080 and the 4090. I really don't. I don't care. I mean, the computer that I have, my old one, was doing pretty much everything I wanted. I don't even know why I upgraded. No, it's because of the deal, like I said. It was just too hard to pass up. And it'll future-proof me when Stalker comes out and when Ark 2 come out and they're exclusive to Xbox and PC. and not on PS5 for a while, I'll be able to tap into that. So that's was a little other motivational thing for me. And because I'm huge on my driving simulator, I don't know what this is with the steering wheel. So I wanted all my games to be as flawless as possible. So there you have it. So now I'm eating Kraft dinner for the next month. No. I put it on my credit card. I've got super low interest rate. Like super low. I'm going to pay the whole thing off in like 4 months, 5 months. So I'm looking at barely paying $150. If even that, $100 in interest rates. Really, really not worried about it. Yeah, a little bit of a rant there, but again, this is what I use this platform for, the YouTube, and this game particularly. There's only so much to say about the game. It's World of Warcraft. We all know what it does. Oh, look at this. Oh, I've never been to that area before. Game's 2 decades old. I just turned 26 years old when this game came out. Now I'm going to be 46 November 15th. So it's like, oh, fuck me. Yeah. Like I said, the world's gone to shit. You've got politics, you got P. Diddy, you got Justin Timberlake getting drunk and supposedly doing some bad stuff, and people ragging on Taylor Swift. There's just so much wildness going on in the world. So much division, so much war. The Gaza thing, the Ukraine thing. There's so many things. And all of it's just terrible. And because, like I said, of my health up here, with the issues that I have, I try not to get too much lost into that. I keep up with it a little bit, just so I kind of know, oh, so that's the thing, that's going on. Okay. But I don't argue about it. I do talk about it, but I talk about it on my other YouTube channel. And I talk about it on Twitter. I know it's called X. I don't give a shit. So I do that there. And fortunately for me, the response, the reception is actually really good. And I think it's partially because I'm just so neutral. I respect people's takes. And for the most part, in return after, they tend to respect mine. Unless they're a complete extremist on either side. Well, then, then no. But yeah, I try not to get too much into that because it's just downright depressing, really. But it's fun for me to still get into that. But ultimately, the number one escape for me in life is video games. It's hiking, it's playing guitar, it's working out. But just being able to do this now, after not being able to play for just even, heaven forbid, a couple of days, it's awesome. Like, it's just so good. And my bags are full and I should have emptied them, but whatever. Yeah, so there's not a lot of action here, unfortunately, because I'm probably going to end the video soon. I've been sitting at my computer all day. Now my right buttocks is killing me because I have a sciatic nerve thing going on. And it only usually happens if... give me a second here. It normally only happens once I've been sitting and not moving for over an hour. Then if I just kind of scoot over and put the pressure on the left side, it alleviates it, and then I'm good for a little bit. But that's also why I got the sit stand. I just got to redo my cable there. I got to switch the plug for the electronics on my sit stand desk, and then I'll actually be able to stand at my desk. Because I would love to do that, like to actually do that. Then I'm laughing, because that cost me a pretty penny too. And I bought a lot of clothes, some shoes. This year has been a year that's been decent for me. I've never really been able to just go, oh, look at those Under Armour shoes. I like them. How much are they? Boom, let's buy them. It's always been those shitty $20 Converse from Walmart. And I'm sorry, when you're hiking an hour or 2 hours a day in the woods, don't tell me those shoes are any good. They're fucking garbage. Now the shoes that I have, oh, they feel so good. I feel like I can walk forever. Makes my walks more enjoyable. It motivates me to want to walk more. So all these things, right? Then I bought myself some new clothes. Not that I give a shit what people think. I don't really talk to anybody to begin with, but it's how I feel. And the proof? I usually walk at 3 o'clock in the morning. There ain't nobody around. Right? So there's the proof. By the time people are waking up, bitch, I'm done. I'm back home doing this shit. So there you have it. So yeah, I'm just really... I'm really relieved. I'm happy. It's not often I can say that. It really... and it's sad. There's so many people that have it so much better than I do, but so much worse too. It's all about perspective. And just the last, little bit, been decent. Not fantastic, but that's okay. And anyhow, that feeling is grotesque as to how good it is. Not something I can count on more than one hand how many times in my life I've had that feeling. So I'm gonna bask in it and enjoy it until Russia turns us into a giant bowl of oatmeal pudding. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, what do you think? No, I'm not worried about that. I really don't stress out about that stuff. Can't afford to. I really can't afford to do that. You go ahead and stealth. Oh yeah, and all my macros and all that carried over because I did the WTF folder, and I also did the WTF folder. Oh, the interface add-ons, obviously, as well. Let me just see what I'm cooking up here. There you go, 22 minutes, just like a South Park episode. Oh, and I did the little like eclipse moon thing with the little glow. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Just to give it a little something, something. So yeah, I think I am gonna end it here. I just wanted to do a little first look with my computer. Give it a little test run after working on it for 2 days. And I did play a couple of other games like super briefly. Like, I mean really brief. Just to make sure that they were, that it was working. And, man, I really got a lot of shit. Yeah, you know what? Screw that stuff. I'll grab that. Yeah, so I'll be around tomorrow. There's a new game coming out that I'm going to be covering on my PS5. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Super excited for that. I was 28 when that game came out. 2006 I was born. Yeah, I'm not good at math, but whatever. I was up there in age. When did the game come out? I can't remember. Was it 2006? So if it was 2008, I would have been 30. Yeah, so I was 28. Yeah, I shouldn't have dropped out of high school so early. Thumbs up as always if you like the video. It does greatly help support the channel with that algorithm in trying to make me more relevant in search results, so they say. When people are looking stuff up on the internet. If you didn't like the video, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll just bend it in half. I'll twist it. And see this? It never gets old. I'll hold on to this weapon forever. I'll break this thing off where the sun don't shine. And if you want to subscribe, naturally, that would be fantastic now, wouldn't it? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.